One last thing, Kevin. When we scuba dived, which was terrifying for me because Charlie was a little nervous and I had to haul him and I panicked, but you were cool as a cucumber. When we went around Gun Key, probably some of the most beautiful snorkeling we've done, where you grew up and you really knew what you were doing, you brought a, what is it, a spear gun?
Yeah, it's a tiny little spear gun.
And why did you bring that?
I brought it, mainly, I guess, to make everyone else feel secure, and or if I saw a lobster that was like well into a hole. You know, but normally I use a Hawaiian sling when I'm in the Bahamas, which is like a pole spear with a rubber band on it, and you just pull back and shoot. This is just a little tiny gun with a little 3-prong thing, and I don't know, it just felt like everyone was going to like to see me holding a gun.
When you were younger, you took 6 months out of your life and sailed around the Caribbean. How much money did you take with you?
Oh, I left with like 400. We left. It was me and my friend, and we left with $400 each. And yeah, we did 6 months. We did like 2 in the Keys, and then like 4 in the Bahamas. And we ran out of money well into it. We were, you know, fishing, eating most of everything we caught. Some days we had to collect our own coconut water because we couldn't get to like the marina to get real water. We didn't have a motor. It was a 23-foot sailboat with no motor, no GPS. We were sailing with the winds. We almost got caught in a water spout one time. We had to
describe the day you almost got caught in a water spout.
Oh, that sucked. It was a super gray day, and there wasn't much wind, but we were just heading in. The wind was a little wind there was going in the direction we needed to go, so we decided to go for it. And you can't get weather out here. You know, you don't get like, you know, you can't put on the TV and see what's going on. So we went out and just thought it was a cloudy, little bit rainy day. But as we started getting out, we started noticing all these water spouts dropping down on the water, basically like tornadoes but over water. And they started dropping all around us. And what they do is, as they're spinning around, if you get in the right area, they like suck out all the wind. So we were basically in an area with no wind. The sails just died on us. And sure enough, out of all of the water spouts, the biggest, hairiest one was the one that's coming like straight towards us. And it keeps inching along and inching along. So my friend, who was a better sailor than I was at the time, he's like telling me, you know, what drills he wants to do. You know, let's batten this, tighten that. You know, secure yourself, tie yourselves off, this and that. And we got to a point where the thing was still like getting really, really close. I started walking up on the bow, and I could see into like the little bowl that it was making into the ocean. It was just like sucking out. It looked like a little empty space of water. And that's why I was like really starting to get freaked out. So I like turned back to my friend Ben, and I'm like, all right, you know, Captain, what do you know, what else can we do? How better can we secure ourselves? And he like, you know, kind of thinks back for a second. And he's like, that's it, we can't do anything else, we just have to wait, you know, hopefully we get a little wind off this thing. We still had our sails up, so we were like, you know, should we drop the sails? He's like, no, hopefully we'll get a little wind off of it, we can sail around it. I was like, alright, so there's nothing else we can do. And you know, we're both like starting to tremble with fear. Like I look at him, and like right then it occurs to me, like there's nothing I can do. I'm just sitting here, and I started cracking up like so hard. I've never laughed so hard in my life, which made him laugh. So we were both just crying of laughter for like 10 minutes. It was almost hysterical. And yeah, right then we got a little bit of wind off of this thing, which is so close now. I can like hear it. It's like, and you can see straight into like this barrel of missing water. And I'm just like, we're just tied onto this thing, like ready to, you know, this is it. And then right then the sail lip like fills up a little bit. This thing comes and this boat just goes, and just starts skirting around it. And when we did that, it was messed up because we were crying and laughing for so long that it was hard to even get going. We're still trying to like see and like pull lines in and like tighten stuff. And then sure enough, we get around and sail and we catch wind and we pull into the island that we were heading to. And there's like 4 motorboaters that have like, you know, $1 million yachts that are all like sitting there being like, you know, been watching us the whole time. And instead of like coming to help us, they thought that we were like adrenaline junkies. So they're like, you know, they're like, oh, we were wondering what you guys were doing. You're just sitting there with your sails up. You know, we thought you guys were just like trying to take pictures. We're like adrenaline junkies and this and that. So we ended up telling them we didn't have a motor and we were stuck there. They ended up being really cool with us. They bought us like a bunch of stuff and gave us a bunch of drinks. But that was...
So you're saying you might have needed a drink after that?
Oh yeah, I think they felt bad. I mean, they loaded up our boat with like, you know, food and booze and all this stuff.
And your experience in fishing and diving for food and spearfishing really helped you out during that trip? You sold a lot of your stuff?
Yeah, we had to, because we ran out of money, like I said, so we were selling you know, a good part of what kept us alive was that we would catch, on a good day, we would catch, you know, well over that we could eat. We had no refrigeration, so, you know, I would keep enough fish for today and tomorrow, and then anything after that I would sell, and, you know, sometimes I'd sell for $10, $15 a pound, and that would, you know, again, some days I was making like 80, 100 bucks, you know, just one fish that we shot. So.
And you guys would spend that all on necessary supplies, no beer or anything else?
No, not at all. Nothing
All right.
but the necessary equipment.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
You're gonna drive driving.